four of them will be working in parallel. That means that we are at the process whether we are going to get one contractor for the four or we're going to get individual contractors. That depends on the pricing and what the conditions are and all that. All I am saying to you is that this has to be, for me, ready for the Island Games.
Are you confident that once these 4 projects are underway, that all sports will be catered for?
Absolutely, because if you look at the Tercentenary Hall, for example, the Tercentenary Hall is exploding. Why? Because you have all the indoor sports, from basketball, volleyball, badminton, plus all our events. And this is where the problem lies, where we have events like the song festival, the dance, and that then takes away from the sports. By doing a project like the Europa Point, where we're going to have a multi-purpose hall, which will be the dimensions more or less of the Tercentenary Hall, will make that an events place. So the pressure from Tercentenary will obviously be taken away. Further, the Special Olympics gym is a gym where you can also have things like futsal, netball and basketball. Not as big, but it also takes the pressure of the Tercentenary Hall and the sports hall in the Victoria Stadium. What I am saying is that we're going to have an increase of gyms for the whole of Gibraltar where we have needed it, because my problem, which is a positive problem, I've always said this, is that we haven't got enough facilities. Now we are building these facilities, and obviously we'll take the pressure from the Victoria Stadium.
Let's talk location, because of course there was opposition to a football pitch at Europa. The project will go to DPC, still only for recommendations. You don't need approval because it's a government project. Do you think there will be opposition to it there?
At the moment, we've already consulted with all the stakeholders, and everybody is pretty happy at the plans that we have. Why? Because the major objections before were the height, the fact that it was not an open space, it was more or less closed up, but the new plans are completely different. What they do is they put the stand towards where the university is, and it will be an open space. So the openness will still be there. The fact that then it is a cricket pitch, it is like a village concept, where you have the village green and everything opened up. So if there are, and the height, for example, of the building is exactly the same height as you have for the university. So all these things have been taken into consideration, and we've been very sensitive and taking into account all the complaints that were put forward for the GFA stadium there, taking them on board and making sure that the whole space is open. And that's where I think the success of the Europa Point project will be.
Well, talking of location, perhaps explanations in terms of health and safety in having a shooting range in the middle of town.
All the safety considerations will be taken on board. Everything will be taken on board. And that is where all the professionals come in. And this is where we are satisfied that there won't be any bullet coming out and flying over the middle of town. That is not the case. You have specific walls, specific roof, half of the roof, specific walls at the end, which will then satisfy all the safety problems that people might think about. But I think it's a novel concept to have a shooting range there. And I think it is a very good idea because, again, we lack space. And we happen to have the space on a roof, so we use it.